things that Taylor is involved in. He's a senior at Somerset High School. He's the FCA president. He is a National Honor Society vice president. He's a student body president. He attends Oak Hill Baptist Church. He serves with Big Brothers and Big Sisters program. He is captain on the football team. And for the past 3 seasons, he has served as the football team chaplain. He plays strong safety for the undefeated Somerset Briar Jumpers football team. And Taylor also plays middle infield for the Briar Jumpers baseball team. And he was selected as the 2009 All-County Player of the Year. And just this past week, Taylor Sears has accepted a baseball scholarship to attend Moorhead State. And I'm going to ask Taylor to come up now.
Like Greg said, my name is Taylor Sears. I'm a senior at Somerset High School. I play baseball and football. And a few years ago, going into my freshman year, I was asked to be an FCA leader at Somerset. And I really didn't know what to expect or what was going to be asked of me, but I was really eager to do it, really eager to accept that role. And I'd always been involved in FCA at the middle school. And my freshman year at the high school, it was kind of the same way as it was in the middle school. We didn't really do a whole lot. Like we had the Wednesday morning meetings, and we didn't really get anything accomplished. And my sophomore year was kind of the same way. At the beginning of the year, we did the Wednesday morning meetings again. We had some upperclassmen that year that they really wanted to get some things done, but just nothing was really happening. And Mr. Spillman, our FCA sponsor, he came up to me and he asked if I would be willing to be the FCA chaplain for the football team. And one of my biggest problems is telling anybody no. And I just right there on the spot, I said, yeah, I'd be willing to do it. And I really didn't even think about it or pray about it or anything. So I told him yeah, and I was kind of nervous about that, and I was skeptical about it. And I hadn't played football my freshman year, so I really wasn't sure how a group of about 50 guys in my high school would react to a kid that didn't even play football the year before, trying to tell them about Jesus. And I didn't know how that was going to turn out. So the first week, our first game, we had another guy by the name of Jeremy Sides. I think he was the FCA president at the high school the year before, and he had graduated. He came back, and he did the devotion for the first week, just so I could kind of see what I was supposed to do. And so the next week it came my turn. And honestly, I have no idea what I talked about. I think I got up there and I just rambled. But I do remember that I gave an invitation, and there was a kid sitting in the back corner, and I told the kids, my teammates, I told them how that you accept Jesus as your first Lord and Savior. And I can remember one kid, he raised his hand, and he accepted Jesus. And I talked to him afterwards, and I asked him if he really meant it, and he said he did. So, obviously I was pretty excited, and that was just a big moment for me. I'd never led anybody to the Lord, and that was the first time. But then it got even better. On Monday, that happened on Friday, and then Monday after practice, this kid came up to me, and he said, hey man, I need to talk to you. And I didn't think anything about it, so I said, can't wait. And so we went in the locker room, and we went to the Players Lounge, and me and him talked, and he said that he had thought a lot about what I had to say, and he didn't know if he was a Christian. So right there on the spot, I got to lead him to the Lord, and that was 2 people in 3 days. So that was awesome. Tuesday morning, the next day, we had our meeting with the leaders, and I got to share that with the rest of the leaders at the school, and they were pretty excited. And we really thought God was going to do some awesome things in the school that year, and we were right. We went to the FCA State Convention at Montgomery County High School, and Bobby Perry was a special guest, and he was doing a buzz group, and he challenged everybody in the buzz group to get a Bible study started. So we got home, Dad was in there with me, and we got home and me and Dad were talking, and we decided that we were going to do it, and we were going to do it in our basement. So we had planned on maybe 10 or 15 kids getting involved, and that didn't work. It started out, and it was 25 kids, 25 guys, and it ended up, we had Bobby Perry come the first week, and then from then on out, it just kind of worked out that we would have NFL players, MLB players. It was crazy, the people that we would have in our basement telling kids in our high school about Jesus. It was awesome. And it wasn't so much the numbers, the amount of kids that were in the basement that were doing the Bible study, but it was the amount of decisions that were being made. There's about 400 kids in our high school, and in that year alone, there was over 100 kids. I think there was about 115. I kept a list in my Bible that I updated every week. There was about 115 kids that made decisions to either rededicate or accept Christ as their personal Lord and Savior. And we did that Bible study that continued on last year, and this year we're going to get it started back again as soon as football's over. And something else really cool that we do at Somerset is on Wednesday mornings, the middle school, their FCA kind of died out a couple years ago. After I got out of the middle school, I'm not really sure what happened, but it just kind of not like it was when I was there. I mean, we didn't do a whole lot, but it was just nothing after we left. So as a high school FCA, we decided that we needed to get involved. So every Wednesday morning, 2 high school FCA leaders, we go to the middle school and we do devotions with the middle school kids. And on the days that I go over there, I go with Brummett. He's a senior on the football team. He's also our FCA vice president. He's one of my good friends. But the coolest thing about Power is that he hasn't always been a Christian. Remember earlier I was talking about the kid that came up to me after practice? Well, that was Tyler. He accepted Christ because of what FCA is doing in the schools. So I guess the reason that I'm here, the reason we're all here, is because FCA really is making a difference in the schools. And he's not the only person that's accepted Christ because of FCA. There's plenty of other stories just like him. And we need all the support we can to just keep it going and just keep making a difference. And that's just a little bit of what's going on in Somerset. I think Tyler's going to share a little bit.
I'll try to make this really short here. Just kind of want to go on what he was saying. You don't really get to see, as an outsider, I understand, you don't really get to see how much FCA impacts the schools. But, it's like he said, me and, close to 120 other people, rededicated or their lives or got saved, just in 1 year. And, I was maybe, I want to say 4th or 5th in the year that I knew of, 4th or 5th just that year. And it was just amazing how quickly after that it just kept rolling and rolling. FCA, our club days, our athletics and actions at Taylor's house, Thursday morning devotionals at the school with the breakfast and stuff. Just how many people in all those different events, got saved and gave their life to the Lord. And it's just amazing. I know none of you here, not many of you here, get to see that. But there's so many things that happen that don't get as much attention as they deserve. The things that we've been doing at Somerset High School have just been amazing as far as converting so many people to Christianity. And I just want to thank Taylor and just the FCA organization for getting me where I am today. I was telling him earlier, I was never a really bad person at all. I was just lost. Through him, through FCA, I'm found, as the amazing grace goes. So I once was lost, I'm found now. And I just want to thank FCA and Taylor Sears for all that.